Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Insider says Cowboys locker room has common belief about Dak Prescott. Once again, the Dallas Cowboys are stealing all the headlines in the NFL offseason. This time, however, it doesn't have anything to do with what they're doing. On the contrary, it's all about what they haven't done. Jerry Jones' words make it seem like he's not going to get a contract extension with Dak Prescott done anytime soon, and that could be a major issue. Recently, Cowboys LB DeMarvion Overshone took to Twitter to make it loud and clear that Prescott is their quarterback, and the locker room stands by him. With that in mind, ESPN insider Ed Werder stated that if the Cowboys front office believes in Prescott as they say, they should clear all doubts by signing him to an extension. Time after time, Jones has been forced to pay more than the amount he would have originally paid, or he's simply lost the said player in free agency. That could be the case again this time. However, this time, it happens to be their starting quarterback. Unless they intend to tank and pursue a top 5 pick next season, or they actually believe that Trey Lance, who didn't play a single snap last season, could be their guy, they're stuck with Prescott, and losing him could be a catastrophe. Cowboys and former RB have mutual interest in reunion, report. The Dallas Cowboys have yet to replace RB Tony Pollard, but they could bring back a very familiar face to reload. In a new report from ESPN insider Jeremy Fowler, Dallas and former running back Ezekiel Elliott are both into the idea of a reunion this offseason. Fowler's report dropped on March 30th and goes into detail about the two sides courting each other. The Dallas Cowboys and free agent running back Ezekiel Elliott have mutual interest in a reunion, sources tell ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, Fowler wrote. While a deal between Elliott and his former club has not been reached, both sides are open to it, sources added. The idea of Elliott coming back to Dallas after their 2023 breakup is sensational, to say the least. The longtime Cowboys RB was cut last year due to an engorged salary and a lack of trade partners. He joined the New England Patriots in free agency but regressed in several statistical categories. But after a mediocre season away from Dallas, Elliott's price has likely dropped again. Now, the Cowboys may be able to bring him back for cheap. He knows the Jones family and the organization well, so signing for the right price point could be a shrewd move for Dallas. After an inability to find middle ground, Elliott needed a new home and Bill Belichick came calling. It seemed like an opportunity for the former Ohio State Buckeye to prove he still was a top-tier RB, but it's safe to say that didn't exactly happen. According to Pro Football Reference, Elliott totaled 642 rushing yards on 184 carries. He also scored 5 total touchdowns and added 313 receiving yards. Despite having a prevalent role, Elliott was only named the team's starting RB in 5 games. His average of 3.5 yards per carry was the lowest season average of his career. He has dropped in average yards over the past 2 years, going from 4.2 in 2021 to 3.8 in 2022 and then 3.5 yards per rush in 2023. That is where Elliott has red flags. He is clearly far less effective than he was in years prior. Signing him could be a valuable move for the Cowboys, but he feels far removed from being a feature back. The report of a reunion somewhat collides with recent comments from the Cowboys' top brass. Head coach Mike McCarthy recently spoke on the team's free agency approach, saying they aren't in the market right now. We're just not part of the free agent market right now. Also, there's a lot left, McCarthy said, as Heavy previously covered. You'll probably have a market right before the draft or post-draft, and then you got your June 1st market and obviously we'll have another draft class. In that quote, McCarthy clearly states that Dallas isn't ruling out any future moves. But the comment plus the team's lack of activity clearly showed they are taking their time. Elliott does feel like a different situation, though. The established relationship has likely expedited the channels of communication. Ezekiel Elliott wants Dallas Cowboys return as Dak Prescott influence clear to see. Ezekiel Elliott might be heading back to the Dallas Cowboys before the 2024 season starts, with both parties keen on a reunion. After 7 seasons with the Cowboys, Elliott left last offseason and signed a 1-year contract with the New England Patriots, but that spell in Foxborough is over and Elliott is seeking a new home. Tony Pollard, who was the Cowboys' starting running back in 2023 after being franchise tagged, has since moved to the Tennessee Titans, leaving them with Rico Dowdle, Deuce Vaughn, Malik Davis, and Snoop Connor the position. The Cowboys have been among the quietest teams in free agency, with huge contracts looming for wide receiver CeeDee Lamb and defensive superstar Micah Parsons. According to ESPN, the Cowboys could turn to Elliott for his experience, and he would likely come at a low cost as well, which would help with those extensions on the horizon. The Cowboys could turn to the 2024 NFL Draft, although the position is not thought to be strong in this year's selection, another reason Elliott could be of value. Despite recording career lows with the Patriots last season, he stepped up in the final 6 weeks after Ramondre Stevenson was sidelined with a high ankle sprain, proving he can still be a threat. Elliott, who will turn 29 this summer, is looking forward to his 9th NFL season. The former 4th overall pick from the 2016 NFL Draft never wanted to leave the Cowboys in 2023, so a return to Dallas would be a dream come true for him. Dak Prescott, the quarterback, sees Elliott as one of his best mates. "That's my best friend," Prescott told the Dallas Morning News when Elliott was let go last year. "We'll keep working hard and pushing each other. He looks fantastic. I can't wait to see what opportunities he gets next, and I'm always his biggest fan." In the end, Elliott signed with the Patriots, and now he's in the same situation as last season, without a team, having never wanted to leave Dallas in the first place. "I want to stay here," Elliott said before he was let go. "I don't know what the future holds, but I really want to stay." Last season at the Patriots, Elliott had the lowest number of carries, 184, rushing yards, 642, rushing touchdowns, 3 yards per carry, 3.5 yards from scrimmage, 955, and total touchdowns, 5, in his career. Despite these lows, he still led the team in rushing yards, 642, and catches, 51, having not played much until Week 13. In the last 6 weeks, Elliott had 120 runs for 464 yards and 3 touchdowns. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation of Ezekiel Elliott? Leave your opinion in the comments.